Hey, Rumbound World Entertainment, and you remember Star Trek Discovery? No, that's okay, nobody does. So much so that by the time the final season was almost finished completely, people didn't even realise that it was airing. Yep, they were like, hey, did you know Discovery's last season is on right now? And people were like, really? No, because nobody cared. Everyone dropped out of this thing so early. I myself dropped out after season 3. I was just like, I can't anymore with this crap. Well, how did they want to actually wrap it up? Believe it or not, they were denied a 2-hour movie. That's right. After the show got cancelled because Alex Kurtzman was so full of himself that was expecting them to get a season 3, and they were told, no, we're done, we're not paying for this anymore. He wanted to go out with a 2-hour movie, while the cast wanted one additional episode. And Paramount, quite wisely, just went, yeah, no, here's what we will do. You get to have a 16-minute epilogue. That's it. That's all they offered them. It was either a take it or leave it. And Sonequa Martin Green is out there now talking, and like she's going on this big, massive ramble about the experience of the show and all this type of crap and how she felt about how the show ended. And it's funny because she is now a producer, or I should say was a producer from the time of season 4 onwards. Her idea to try and finish out the show is ridiculous. And it's like, yeah, it's just as well you're nothing more than an actor, because with ideas like this, I can't imagine why something like Paramount would say, yeah, no, we're not investing money in this. So here is some of what she said. I broke it down because, again, she went on this massive long spiel, and the way it's worded, I hate when people who are writing articles write exactly what the person says the way they say it, in terms of where they keep stopping. Like when they say, it's, and then they stop and they start with a completely different sentence that doesn't sound anything like they are answering. So I've removed that type of stuff. But here is basically what she said that confirms that how they felt about it being ending, what Paramount offered them, what Kurtzman and Michelle, whatever, is it Michelle Paradise or something like that? The other showrunner of the whole thing wanted to do, and how they felt about what they got to do. So she said this: I remember from the moment we found out that the show was going to be ending, and we were in talks with Paramount about how we were going to wrap up the show. What we wanted was an additional episode to really be able to touch everyone's stories, to really be able to close things up. We were not able to be afforded that, so they said it's not going to be an additional episode. It's not going to be. I think what Alex and Michelle originally wanted was a full 2-hour movie final kind of thing. And it was like, no, we're not going to be able to do that. And it's like, okay, well then, what about an extra episode? No, we're not going to be able to do that. Okay, what about like an extra, like half of an episode or something like that? And of course they were told no again. So what they ended up having was about 12 pages. Closed it up in 12 pages. I feel like it was really short. I remember being really sad when I found out about that, because suddenly our options were very limited of what we were going to be able to touch in that short period of time. Wait till you hear this. Here's Sonequa Martin Green's ingenious idea for an episode to close out the show. I had all these dreams and visions and ideas about, like, how about all of us are in a white room and we're talking. We're in a dream space and it's all of us. And we have this amazing conversation in like all this stuff. We reveal things that have never been revealed before. And she goes on and on and on and talks like that and whatnot. Her ingenious idea to close out the entire series was to, hey, let's just have us all sitting in a big white room talking. Wow, can't possibly imagine why Paramount passed on that. But as you can see, Paramount, they had filmed the entire series. They finished filming season 5 in November of 2022. So keep that in mind. That's how long ago they finished. And this thing only premiered last year. I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was last year. So Paramount were basically saying like, yeah, look, we're not giving you a full episode. We're not giving you a half episode. We're not giving you a 2-hour movie, because they were basically, we don't have the money and we are not investing into this for crap that nobody's going to watch. Nobody's watching season 5, hence why they cancelled this crap. Not just because of that, but also because Alex Kurtzman spends money like it grows on trees. But they just flat out went, we don't have the money. So their offer to them, which is more than anyone else has been offered, is, we'll let you come back and record like a 16-minute epilogue to close out the series. And they're sitting here now kind of going, no, that's so sad, and we kind of got screwed over. When you think of, what about when Enterprise ended? Their entire last episode is basically a TNG episode. And everybody was like, what the hell? Either way, Paramount made the right choice by going, we are not investing more money into this crap. We're not giving you an episode where you're sitting in a white room talking, because, like, why would you do that? We're not giving you a half episode, we're not giving you a full episode, and we sure as hell ain't giving you a 2-hour movie. So the show got cancelled. They were given their option, here's a 16-minute epilogue, take it or leave it, and now they're like, we wanted a movie. Thank God they didn't do that. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.